Hey Solace, Agent Solo Matt Rice here. Another week of solvable games on crowdfunding sites that I want to run through for the week. All the new ones that have come up over this week, and maybe a few that are about to come up at the end of the video. Um, Anything that's not mentioned here that you think should be, perhaps some previous video, check out my previous week's ones. Otherwise, please put in the comments if I missed any. I'm sure I do miss the old one for sure as I go through. Let's start with one on Gamefound, Tanglewoods, which is the new 20 strong, I guess you call it expansion, but it's kind of like separate decks. They're coming out with three new decks. So there's three in the original set that came out, I think it was early this year or end of last year. And here's another three with the many Trembly artwork, person behind Dice Throne artwork. Yeah, and they've put his artwork onto this. I'm not sure if he's designed these games. I can't remember off the top of my head. Might tell me later on, but another one from Chip Theory Games, and these are designed to be a bit more accessible, a bit more because a lot of Chip Theory games can be quite expensive. These ones are going to be more on the affordable side. Okay, so one player only, of course. I've got a playthrough of. I think I've done Too Many Bones and Cell Ascendals in those two on my channel. So please check them out if you're interested. But of course, plenty of other people have put up videos of this game as well. So you get some free Universal Hero pack if you played with this. So these heroes can be played across all the different decks because the different decks they use the same 20 dice mechanic, but they all have like a little bit different. They switch up the theme a bit, or they switch up how you can use your abilities, how you gain cards, and how you progress the story. Tanglewoods, we've got so it's 40 minutes plus. There is a chip. They always promise like a chip in each game. There's one just as a dial, normally like a day counter or a round counter or some kind of counter in it. And you get these 20 dice, some of which have different types of successes. Some have like 2 successes, 3 successes, 4 successes, etc. This one looks like more of like a fantasy theme or like a nursery. Looks like kind of nursery rhyme fantasy theme. In like a Slay the Spire style. Choose your venture book things. Okay. There's the red version. Tanglewoods, which I think is the red one. Red was a place called Sleek. Won plenty of awards. Like them all. Yeah, so these three are the original set. This is the new three. Cloud Spies and I won't be surprised if there's a Cloud Spy version. People giving it plenty of reviews. Okay. Yes, so progress. I can see how this one kind of works. This red base one. Alrighty. I don't have to really say too much. It's sort of explaining itself as I'm scrolling through, which is sign of somewhat of a good campaign. So this is the redwoods. You will roll dice to explore the upcoming path with your results determining whether the path laid ahead of you are daytime or night. Okay, so night's harder. Big bad wolves in it. Like minions or enemies. The gold deck. Really nothing more than a soft bed to sleep in, but being lost in the woods wouldn't be so bad though if you were alone, but you're not. Ooh. All the forest guys need to have a flip to nighttime after being discarded. Similar artwork to the red, which I mean, there was up on many. There's a gameplay review of this one, so check that one out. The white deck. Tetris trees and get back to the stepmother's castle. The gameplay there was just fantastic. In the words, I mean, I am scrolling really quick as I normally do, but it doesn't give me too much of an idea really how it plays. But there's gameplay. Definitely check that out. I love that how the campaign puts on some gameplay, especially for solo. Campaign expansion. Ooh. Right. So they've figured out a way to make it a campaign for this three a set, I guess. Yeah, per the 3 decks. So which makes me think the 3 decks must be more similar together. Because the other two didn't, the white and gold weren't too clear to me how they work. Be among the first to play the game, be part of a community. You can pay in installments if you need to. We've got $30, $60. New server, yeah. So that'd be like people that'll be the new people, I imagine. If you already got the base die set, it's a $60 for 3 and a bit decks, I guess. Hmm. Actually, I'm not sure how that works. A new core box. Yeah, I'm not sure if you've already, which I have already played, whether you need the new core box. I don't think so. I have to check that out. But different types of pledges. Anyway, I'm slowing down here. Here's your stretch goals, of course. The game, and there's different add-ons. Can you add on any of their other stuff? It doesn't look like it. Massive storage box and shipping rates. It's pretty small decks as well. They're think of deck of cards, 54 cards, just slightly bigger than that. Alrighty, and plenty of reviews. Yeah, mine won't be there because I'm not popular enough. But thank you guys for watching me. Alrighty. Okay, next one. Let's move on. So we've got Sirens Deep Sea on Gamefound as well by Forgotten Tales. £105,000 roughly backed. It's just funded. Full co-op adventure and exploration board game. Explore the deep sea, collect resources, construct buildings, build supply chains, develop your sirens. Fight against cultures, monsters, and bosses. Okay, interesting. It's 1 to 4 players. £269 for the whole set. Well, it looks like you get a fair bit though. Pretty out there. And there's scenarios in free mode. Artwork, 1 to 5 hour scenarios. So it looks like a big board set out. 3D layering builds things. Good story there. It's taking a hook only in our ocean. Magical resource. It's indie. Yes, independent. And that's the point of crowdfunding, to help some of these, first timers or smaller companies get their games out there. Some of the bigger companies, I'm sure, they can just have a retailer presence. Not having, not to have a go at them. I just, a lot of people debate whether these sites are getting used just for pre-orders these days, which it kind of is. It's something huge play map, massive. This is what you get. Good stuff, 100 equipment cards. These custom dice. Dice look kind of cool on the graphic here. The pledge is €79. Gameplay bundle, €119. Okay, so maybe that's the full gameplay. Is it? Mini pack. The minis. These acrylics and art book. Right, so it makes me think the full gameplay is this gameplay bundle. Perhaps, maybe not. Might be some little mini expansions here. I'll try to chuck in these ones. Anyway, okay. Cool, nice artwork. You get the acrylics separately. That's nice. All right. And is there? I looks like there's gameplay for the gameplay game mode. The scenario free, so it's different to build your own adventures, or you can do scenarios. Each scenario has a normal and a hard mode. That's nice. So a little bit of replayability there. Production phase. Explore, construct, refine. So you build like a little city or something. That's pretty freaky. Makeup hands. Craft equipment. Okay. Dicer for what, combat, I guess, or movement or something. ability trees. I would have thought in this game, but it looks at things. It looks pretty. So it's kind of build up a building, but it's like kind of adventure exploration type game. All those things. You put tokens out for different areas. Battle system initiative phase, Sirens attack example. Imagine you could play true solo, maybe. I'm not sure. I haven't seen anything yet. Rolling Solo's got an unboxing. University's dressed up. She always loves to dress up this lady. Alex looks like he's gone through it with Meg. Plenty of people have had a look at it. There's enough playthroughs there, I don't know. Or they're just previews. Okay, cool. Then we go down to shipping, just to show off the shipping for those interested. All right, let's keep moving on. Next one, I got Wandering Galaxies by Played Hat Games. It's already funded, or almost more, twice funded. It's got 670 backers, so it's doing fairly well. It's got 29 days to go. And this one, so this is on Kickstarter. You get your base $60 pledge, $100. Forgot more. Oh, so the guys behind, yeah, Played Hat Games, of course. So are they related? Surely not. Sure, they're two different games. Yeah, I think they're just promoting other games to get with it. Okay, so this is a Crossroads game, 1 to 6 players. Galaxy's a mess. It's probably your fault. Oh dear. The onboard AI is growing senile. You and your oddball crew of different species and help get the jobs that no one else wants. So it's like a job hunting type game in the outer space. It looks kind of reminds me of like Outer Rim. I guess on the player boards, I guess, in the space theme. The pro play is completely different. I could be wrong. A narrative sci-fi game where you and a few people who tolerate one another play the roles of hopeless spaces who dream of getting rich and famous. Sandbox campaigns, eh? 3 sprawling, fully voice narrated campaigns with over 70 unique jobs. Loves are creating claim Crossroads games, forgotten waters and freelance. Okay, create a character. So is it pen and paper? Is it? Looks like it. It's kind of a light RPG pen and paper style. Going through a narrative. Each space will control at least 1 of 6 command centers. Okay. How is this a Crossroads? Looks like there's a lot to this game with being Crossroads, to be honest. Okay, explore locations. Right. So you flip pages over to where you visit things and explore locations. That's a place to get certain resources, I assume. You build up a deck. A place to give you resources. Okay, that's interesting. Skill checks are supposed to playing 3 cards and trying to match symbols for their required check. Okay. Stats can also adjust the results. Good supposed to, I don't mind that mechanic. So you build a deck, so it's kind of like a deck builder. You're trying to build up the right skills that match the things, and plus your items that give you extra skills for skill checks. Okay. Upgrade the Zephyr. I think there's plenty of sheets in this game for this. Like, looks like it needs to be pretty unique. Might be a bit hard to just do basic pen and paper in your book. Character sheets, 40 pages, 5 copies of each character. So not a lot, but I guess you can photocopy them, depending on how fussy you are. Curious though, it is something slightly different. Would I call it Crossroads? Maybe I have the definition of Crossroads wrong. I'm probably thinking of Gateway. Gateway's probably the Gateway game where it's kind of like a light game to get into. Crossroads making me think it's what cross between pen and paper RPG and board game. Kind of gives me that vibe of Explorer in that sense, then, which I love. It's really good. And speaking of which, there's a version of it out right now on Crowdfunding Mountains of Godai, which is almost finished, I think. Anyway, I've been talking a lot. Let's go to shipping for those interested. It's pretty low, actually. Cool. Alrighty. Next one, Pandora Celeste by Guntower Games, a gleeful love letter to sci-fi monster movies, where before you can deal with the monsters, you must first survive the ship. We have a free gift in the first 48 hours. I haven't seen too many Gamefound ones do that, actually. Normally there's like a fall this early to get the gift. You're right, that's what it looks like laid out, so curious. 1 to 6 players, a lot of players. So the early bird is £70. Folds out nicely here. Yeah. Oh, it folds out. It's got like a little rooms and stuff. Kind of cool. I like how that reminds me of I mean, to a bigger extent even. But Kinfire Chronicles had that sort of fold out the actual box to get the game set of watch. It does it too. Okay. Yes, we know that. Free gift. Rules and how to play. Let's download the rules. Fortunately, the graphics aren't loading that fast for me. Here we go. Collection cards that move and do things turn over tokens in each room you enter. Okay, and these tokens refer to certain cards though. Pick up the action cards linked to these tokens to build your deck. Yeah. This is what we're doing unless you attract their attention when they attack. Okay, so it's kind of like a stealth mechanic in it as well. Okay. Be my internet taking forever here. That's okay. So they're promising, yeah, a free expansion first 48 hours. They really want to program this campaign up. And they're an independent sort of company. You get a fair chunk of stuff with the books. Alright, there's rewards you can get. Base game is £47. Deluxe is £70. The collector's edition. Cool. Alright, let's move on. Next one I've got is Historica, Arcanum, Cults of London. 337 backers. What is this? This is a cutthroat strategy game where players take control of occult cabals vying for the control of Victorian era London. Apparently it's single player, 1 to 4 players, but it sounded competitive, doesn't it? This is what it looks like. Very red. Urgent on the solo mode, so there is a separate like solo mode that comes with it. Yeah. Once at the end, there's a cult mode. Okay, versus mode 1 versus all mode. Okay, so they're trying to cover a lot of bases there, which hopefully pays off for them. Different factions. Okay. Solo mode scenario cards. So solo mode might be a little bit different in the actual main game. So go to rewards as quickly. 160 for the deluxe, 79 for the base, 500 for retailers. There's new factions that can get purchased with it. Okay. There's solo mode. There's 15 scenario cards, 30 solo action cards. You've got to play against an illusory opponent, the painter himself, with the solo deck at their disposal. That's an Ultima, essentially. Except there's a new phase, a drawing phase. It's one of those ones where solo mode like manipulates how the base mechanics work. Whether you like that or not, it's up to you. Give you an extra mode if you. It probably helps those people that like to play multiplayer and solo. That's where it's going to be probably best. the sound of that. I haven't played the game at all. Shipping. Cool. Alright, next one I have Cavern Shuffle. This is a solo game, Maze of the Minotaur. Apologies about that. So this has got 65 backers. It's funded. Classic solitaire made Dungeon Delver. This is done by Ryan Dawson. He's made 2 games. $20 Canadian for Cavern Shuffle. We get a T-shirt. Gravy Boat Games by this week. That's the other game they promoted with Guthier Party. Cool. How it works. Play will be centered around forming sequences with your 4 adventurers and leveling them up in the party piles at the top. Right, so it's interesting. So it's a spin on solitaire. It looks like solitaire. You're down tooting. It was born from the many games of solitaire during the pandemic involved with the average fantasy fanatic. That's interesting. Think suits the center deck of cards. There are 4 adventures in the game that will make up your party. 2 will be lawful alignment, 2 will be chaotic. Okay. 10 that can be used in sequences. 1 starting item. Okay. Yeah, there you have it. So it's a different spin on solitaire. I wasn't quite certain how it properly works. I was trying to read there. Sorry, that's why I went silent. How it worked. I wasn't quite certain off the top of my head, but interesting. Something if you want like a lighter game based on solitaire that's everyone's familiar with, check that one out. All right, next one I got is Fox 2 Air Combat. This is I think it's a print and play. 18 card war game in the golden age of fighter jets in the 1980s. 18 backers so far. Could do with a little help. So my solo war game. $3 Canadian for the base game early bird. $4 Canadian non-early bird. All in $9. Solitaire print and play card game that puts you in the cockpit of the most iconic fighter jets. Just 18 cards, middle set of time. Okay, so it's like dogfighting, solo dogfighting combat. Okay. Where your hand represents your airspeed and planning your best moves will cost you cards. Fair enough. Not to use cards, I always love that, how you can use a card different ways. Interesting. Low ink version for those that want to save it on ink. Light and quick solo games, yeah, it's good on, if you love your light solo games that you can print and play, check that one out for sure. Okay, let's get moving. I've got Rise of Babel. Become the builders of the greatest town known to man. Build your deck of cards and use elephants to transport resources and place tiles. Poor elephants. 67,000 of my Australian dollars. Pledged out of 51,000, so 387 bags. It's funded by a bit more. 21 days to go. Better win games, play a lair. What we got here? So base game is 49. Expansion with it 75. All in 95. Okay, and there's a deluxe. The unique Euro game that features deck building and tile placement. Oof. Okay. 1 to 4 players. Ooh. Shem Phillips has put something towards this. Rado says something about it. Okay. Look what we got here. Tile bags. Strategic gameplay and impactful decision to tell an ancient story. Right. How to play. Draw 5 cards in your hand. Play the top or bottom actions. Top or bottom, as in white or blue. Here, I assume. Upgrade your warehouse. Place tiles to your camp and tower. Move your elephant. Click the tile placement. The deck builder mixed with tile placement. Yeah, as it says, more Euro than anything else. Rado's done a solo playthrough. Okay. Expansion adds extra rules or things from Paul Grogan. You haven't checked out Paul Grogan's channel? That he has one recently for his birthday. He did a 9-hour playthrough of Victorian. I want to check it out. Hey, there is a solo mode here. But David Digby, I've heard that name before. Can't recall what he's done. Right. So it is kind of competitive. So solo mode has like again like an Ultima thing that takes certain spots away or does certain resources. Curious, I need to check some of this stuff out. So I suggest checking out Rado's playthrough. Looks like he does a solo one, and there is different like leaders that do different things. So I was looking for like where's the replayability in this, and that's good. And maybe do they have a different deck? Different things about them, I think. Alrighty. And then shipping, go to the shipping. I was interested in shipping. All right, let's keep moving on. Small city, which looks heaps like SimCity, as Arcologies expansion. We seem to be the first to build your Arcology to conquer the space and win the game. 377 backers funded. AV Studio Games Ludi Booster. The expansion itself is just $15. Full expansion, 115. It's like a limited quantity of this. Okay, big bundle. Okay. As I said, 1 to 4 players. Giving me that SimCity 2000 vibes, definitely. Rulebook there to check out what you can get. Yeah, the campaign could say more about the actual game itself, but I suppose it is an expansion, so it's probably a base Kickstarter page still that you can look at for more details. And there's also a rulebook there. Check out. Off to Backerkit. Oh my god, Backerkit has a solvable game. Prestige by Jack Dunbar. I swear Jack has done some Gamecrafter type games. I'm sure on BGG, look him up what he's done. I've heard that name before. The dawn of civilization, great tribes that once rivaled each other decide to bend their conflicts and form an alliance. Okay, interesting. So it's card game. I think it's mainly a card game with it. 1 to 4 players. What do you get in the box? You get tracker board, heaps of different cards. 12 little cards for solo mode. So solo mode's a little bit different, but looks things. So I guess it's normally a competitive. Are these the different tribes? Does that mean you play a tribe? What do you get? $59 for the base game, $99. All luxury should you go plus additional $4 donation to Kingdom causes made on your behalf. Let's have a matter of minutes. Okay, just go shuffle a few decks. Do some defense. There's just little trackers. Meaningful decisions. Grow your city and trigger bonuses. Okay. So with that, they were able to build a city or something. Or playing cards and replacing the growing city can trigger bonuses like building walls around structures. Event cards. Okay, trigger bonuses. So you're playing it out on like a tableau, like a common tableau. Throwing hand at the prestige solo mode. Adding a single deck of cards that will determine what kind of leader you are inspired to be. Didn't say too much there, did it? Solo mode, but at least there is one. There's Tabletop Simulator, solo mode. Oh, here we go. The sole leader of the city. Introducing the eyes of people. Hit your goal, turn the card. Of your new tile. You must turn at least 2 of your tile cards before reaching one of the game's victory condition. Have to check out some more videos if there is any on this game. Okay. And then we go to Gamecraft. The only thing I found Gamecrafter that was on crowd sales was Warmth of Fire. It's a solo game. And 3 copies sold so far, so would do with a few extra copies sold. With us play the lead a small group of survivors initially formed by only 2 people in their struggle against the deadly cold. During the course of the game, the player can assign their survivors to various actions like hunting, crafting tools, discovering adaptations, and more. 10 to hunger and health. One survivor dies, the game ends, so no one can die. Which is survive for at least 10 days. There's gameplay variants. The video there to check out how it works. It's just a simple little board here. What you get. Okay. Curious. And then after that, upcoming games. So DC United, I'm sure everyone, not everyone, a lot of people love Marvel United. Will DC United be as good? I don't know. A lot of people like it. A lot of people buy the hundreds and thousands of expansions there are for it. So it's pretty popular. That's coming up. Ascension's coming up in 2 weeks. Jim Henson's 40th edition of The Labyrinth. I haven't seen that movie since I was a kid. Survival Alive. There's been a few other ones that have been updated here. I remember seeing that before. Last Aurora. The Cursed Castle, the new solo game is coming up soon as well. It doesn't say when. That one looks like a Darkest Dungeon type solo game. Yeah. I'll leave it at that. It's all. What I've got here, I guess, is the solo game of the month, just the preview page for it so far, what it looks like. People are commenting. Solo game. Each round you roll, manipulate okay, dice to overcome traps, defeat armies, minions, and vanquish deadly overlords. It's a dice allocation game. I'm trying to mind the look of. So it's like this is your party. This is the amount of dice that they roll, I guess. Different colored dice probably have different strengths or different elements. I'm not sure. If you roll a 1, something happens. Roll a 5, something happens. I think that's what that means. I'm curious. This looks interesting. Just a preview page, but it's only a small game. It doesn't cost too much to ship. Yeah, I'd be keen to check that one out. So keep that in mind, but it doesn't say when. Anyway, that'll do it, Solace. See you next time. Please comment, discuss with me what your favorite game is for this week, or games that you think are coming up very soon that you'll be keen on having in your hands. Subscribe if you feel like you want to see more of this stuff. I do one of these every week, plus I do the odd playthrough. Yeah. So, Solace, special game first. Play solo.